Right, yeah, if someone can figure it out, I should be able to figure it out, right? Like, I was just saying, it's been like 2 hours of setup. I know what the problem is. The problem is I've only got 2 drinks. You know, like, there needs to be 3. I think that's the issue, right? So, let me just put the chat on here. Oh, no, don't talk, Mr. Man in the phone. We'll get feedback. That would be very bad. That would be very, very bad. So, how are we all today? How is everything? Welcome, everybody. Hooray! Oh, it's working. And then, oh no, it's not working. It is working. It just takes a little while to catch up. Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for bearing with me. I was apologising when the mute was off. Sorry, the mute was off. That means the mute was on. No, no. I was apologising and none of you heard me. So I'm going to apologise for the fact that none of you heard me, apologising for the fact that none of you heard me because I was late, because actually I was here for like 2 hours setting up. That's how this is working out right now. So, this is planting seeds, which is kind of like planting flowers, except, you know, for future people. So it may or may not work. But we'll find out, right? So these seeds I have are Mayfield Giants Shasta Daisies. So you've seen them in the videos. We've got so many oxeye daisies planted outside. Well, actually, we didn't plant them all. We planted a few oxeye daisies years ago. They're everywhere now. Not everywhere. They haven't spread too far, but they really like. They basically like growing outside in like the rocky dry bit. These are even bigger. So these daisies grow like 80 centimeters. I'm not sure what that is in. I'm going to embarrass myself now. What's 80 centimeters in freedom units? Well, a meter is like 3 feet. And this is 80 centimeters, which is 4/5 of a meter. So it's 4/5 of 3.3 feet. I don't, like 2 feet tall, I guess, which is very tall for a hobbit, but you know, it's still quite tall for a daisy, right? So anyway, I'm going to plant these. I've got these. I saw these in the shop. I don't know why it's covered in single-use plastic now. That is kind of pointless, really, for an eco product. But these are pots. I didn't realise fibre pots were a thing, but they are actually a thing. Look. So, on this screen, just look at that. Isn't that clever? Is that professional or what? Is that super pro? I think that's quite professional, isn't it? Look. And then, see? Like, over here? Look what I can do with my arms. You know how hypermobility is a thing? Is a thing. Come to the channel, expect something well thought through, get something completely never thought through by him ever before. No. Hypermobility is a thing. Well, bet you guys can't do this. Huh? Look what I can do with my arm. Look at that! But you can't do that. Right. Thank you, everyone. Okay. 2.4 feet. Thanks, Harriet. Okay, 2.4 feet. That's quite a lot, right? It's quite a lot. So these are fibre pots. So I don't know what they're made of. It's probably some sort of like compressed cardboard or something. I think it is a compressed cardboard, is it? This is a sustainable pot made from recycled paper pulp. The pot can be broken up and home composted. Yeah, or I just plant them in the ground. Do you know what I mean? Dig a hole, shove a pot in there with like a daisy cluster that's going to grow into. That's pretty cool. I gotta say, I do. I think that's pretty cool. And I've got some peat-free compost, some seeds. What more could you want? And company. It would be great. Snazzy Arms Mike, very magic. Thanks. It's very magic. Not even sheep can do that. Sheep are magical, but you know, not even a magical sheep can do it. Of course, usually coconut husk. That'd be cool. Anyone seen the birthday cards? No? How does that work? If I do this, it looks antisocial, but I'm actually reading the chat. See? Proof? See my phone? See? Unfortunately, to have the opposite of hypermobility. That's a point. The opposite of hypermobility, that's true. Like, I have some hypermobile joints, but also the other ones, they're kind of creaky and painful sometimes. Some of the hypermobility from, say, my thumbs and my hands and my wrists into like my knees, that'd be good, and my hips, that'd be cool. I could put some of the mobility there, that would be great. Or should I say, great, I'm not going to do it to myself. There's no pain until there is a huge amount of pain. You can see it on some of my earlier videos. I'm not doing it again. The risk of me screaming like medieval torture over here would be very bad. And possibly against community standards. About the length of an Oreo snack. Hello, Scott. Hello, Nom Nom. So I'm not prevaricating and wasting time, I promise. Helly, welcome. Nice to see you again. Hi, Chanuka, 12 Stitches, Stephanie, Charlie, Marie, Ashley, Helen, Dookie, Ricketic, Snell Kitty, Leslie, Phoenix, Juju. Juju, the feathers should be there by now, by the way. Congratulations. Ash Mole, welcome. Who else is here? Lots of people. Sorry. It's rude not to say hi. Do you know what I mean? Or is it? I'll be honest, there are times I don't want to be seen. In which case, I guess you just wouldn't type anything. And then no one knows. Lisa, hello. Snow Kitty, Harriet, Layla. Oh, this, by the way. Ferret. And a ferret, gonna help. Got a ferret, see? Ferret tail? Look at the hypermobile cat. Look at this. And a ferret, gonna be helping. I just need to drink some tea, I'm sorry. Ferret? Psst, psst, psst. Anna. What's going on? Anna, you need to be down here or up here for the camera. Psst, psst. Ferret. Anna. Anna, what's this? What's this? I know it's an inanimate object. Just do not look at the camera. I do not wish the human do not touch me. It's a ferret. The first didn't arrive yet. They will eventually. Posting stuff to some European countries can be very, very, very slow, but not because of me this time. Lisa J, just to confirm, Anna Ferret is indeed a cat, right? Well. I think she's a ferret. Make your own mind up. Okay. Right, I'm going to go get... I haven't really thought this through, so... this is going to be a weird kind of activity. But I guess that's not the point. But I can say this. I'm hoping next year, because it will be next spring, so I guess like maybe 6 months before these guys are going to be all flowery and shit. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Hey, you could drink out of these, couldn't you? They do smell. They smell like they look. I'll be honest with you. The stream a few seconds ago did get a bit jumpy for a moment. Yes, it did. Right. What does she think she is? She thinks she thinks she's a princess of some description. She's Anna Ferret is very entitled. She's a very entitled ferret. Right. Be right back. Hello everybody, I'm back. So, I have a very large spoon. I don't know if it's useful or not. I figure it could be a handy, it's not rusty, it's a very large spoon. Okay, time for some blood. Last time we did this, it was an Autism Speaks video. Actually, that ended up quite bad. I ended up bleeding all over a pumpkin. It was a sacrificial pumpkin. And then they moved out of Canada. Magic worked. I don't need to do that, do I? I can just draw a line. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, it smells weird. It smells weird. It's like if soil came from a factory. That's what... It smells weird. This is the future, everyone. Soil comes in plastic bags. Ugh. Hey, Autism Speaks moved out of Canada. Canada is now Autism Speaks free. You can have quiet autism now. I don't know what I'm doing. It smells weird. You need to smell this. I don't know. Okay, yeah, it smells kind of like asphalt, sort of. It smells of asphalt and shit. That's what it smells like. Would you like some? It smells like weird. It's like factory soil. I don't even know where it's come from. I just saw it was on offer and it was peat free. So no, it's real soil, but I don't know anything about it. Don't cancel me for being. I don't know. I was gonna say don't give a shit, but I do give a shit. But it's like what? I don't even know what it is. I don't know why it's got bits in it. Okay. Oh, it really stinks, you know. This video might not last very long. It's really smelly. Okay. We have a pot now. I'll make a few of these. Tell me a story, everyone. Distract me. It's not rusty. It's stainless steel. Now, Salad Fingers never had the benefit of stainless steel. Because, well, I don't know, he comes from a world with salad fingers. There is a weird smell to this. It's disconcerting because soil should not smell like this. I'm finding the orientation of the left image really disorientating. I sort of get that. I guess what you can do is if it's for a phone, if you're on a phone, you could like hold it close to your face and then alternate which eye you use. You could be like, left eye, right eye. It's like two streams in one. The other thing you could do is put some like cardboard up against the screen on whichever side is not your favourite. You could think about you're like a thresher shark. You can see all around in 360 degrees. Or a snail with your eyes on little stalks. There's no snails in here. I don't think there's any life in here whatsoever. It smells of hot road. Okay? It smells of hot road. Let us continue. Where am I with this? Give me the plastic leached into soil from the wrapper. Yes, good. Yeah, that probably is it. It's quite strong. Helen, you'll have a B&Q because you're from the same place as me. So, and this is like very cheap. I think this whole bag cost me about $4 or $5. It's not a very big bag. It's big enough for our needs, and it's peat free, and it's, well, you know. But it doesn't smell of soil. I was expecting like fresh soil, you know. But it smells of asphalt and shit. It smells of like a dog turd on a hot road. That's what it smells of. That is not what I was expecting. But it does. It smells of dog poo on a hot day, on a hot road. That smell is a smell of life, the microbial kind. Yeah, I don't know about that. It's the smell of life from a very long time ago. From so long ago it became oil. That's what it smells like. I'm not averse to the smells of nature, but this is not natural soil, I can tell you that much. Right. We shall continue until we have all of the pots. It smells of elderberries. I brought the peat free as well, and it can smell funny if it's been sitting out. Yeah. It is peat free. Yeah. In fact, peat actually has a nice smell to it, but it's obviously very important for ecosystems and carbon sequestration, etc., etc., etc. I'm not going to criticize people too strongly because I used to burn peat. I know, right? And then when you know, you know, and if you don't know, you don't know. I suppose that's kind of part of the thing, right? Is like faux pas, I guess, probably is a good way to think about it. And like, if you don't know, you don't know. It's kind of why I try not to be too judgmental. I know my channel is a bit judgy, I guess. Like when it comes to making videos and I'm kind of pointing stuff out, but I tend to, I guess, if criticize is the right word, it tends to be levied at people who should know better, right? Your Eileen Lambs of the world. Your science journalists who really should know better when they're talking about autism, reversal and cures. And I was reading another science study today. Yeah, so another one. There's been another one. Another one! A meta-analyses. This I think when you... when you talk about like environmental chemical exposures and how they affect the probability that you'll have an autistic child, you can talk about it in kind of like very, very lofty academic kind of language. But what happens is it will always be taken by the press and by culture, by society, as, oh, toxins in the environment make autistic people. You know, switch off the 5G and put some tinfoil on your head. I'm not even joking, this isn't even an exaggeration. And a lot of the time, autism is defined as, you know, does one rat look at another rat, or do they look away after they've been exposed to a certain compound or other? And I don't know that we should be using things like like rat studies like as analogous to humans. It's just like I know we share a lot of the same biochemistry, but autism isn't just about whether or not you make eye contact or you're interested in other rats or you look at them or whatever, because, you know, frankly, you know, bunches of neurodivergent people together get along just great often. I'm not saying everyone gets along, I'm just saying, you know, it's just some weird prevailing beliefs that influence how research is done. And I would like to change that. Barvinci autistic rats, yeah! Will they look at each other or do they turn away? And it's just like, it's just so funny when you think about it. It's also really easy science, as in, like, it's not difficult. Like, I kind of, researchers should pick some nice hard problems and then really go for it, Or what we could do is get a bunch of rats and expose one group to heavy metal music. See if they become more social. I don't know. It just makes me giggle. They should be asking autistic people, half God, half beast. Yeah, I'm trying to show that. For some reason, your message was held for review, and I have to press a button to unhide it. I don't know why. I think that's perfect. I think they should ask autistic people. It's the most. Oh. don't talk to those people. Terrifying. I tried talking to one once. The conversation went on for hours. They didn't stop. How do you stop them? Don't talk to them. God, no. What are you doing, man? Rascal gets scared of Hydra. I can hear Hydra grumbling and growling. I don't even know where she is. She does. Oh, she's there. She's under the table. We've got just a couple of benches, and she's on the other one, just lying there, keeping me company, growling at stuff. I don't even know what she's growling at. Probably the Anna ferret. This is quite a good trowel, by the way. Big spoon. Smaller than trowel, bigger than one you could comfortably put in your mouth. Which is why it's now going to live with the multi-purpose compost. What's happening? Do you guys like this stream or not? Is this like a good thing? If you like it, hit the like button. Smack it like it's. I can think of like my brain will only think of things that I can't say on YouTube. Smack the like button like it's insulted your cat. Oh, this is Huel, not sponsored. Sorry, you guys are watching me drink some Huel. That's not fun, is it? Do you know what that is? Do you know what Huel is? Huel is hashtag not sponsored. If you do want to sponsor me, Huel, I don't know. I made a good sex advert. I could do a good Huel one. No, seriously. It's low executive functioning nutritional slop. It's tasty nutritional slop for people who have executive for different people, but that's what it is to me. They probably don't want to hear that. Okay. Let's go. It's human compost. No, that's a bad word to use. Did you know you can be turned into compost when you die? Which flavour's favourite? I like vanilla. We've got a strawberry and cream one, which is Nina's favourite. I quite like that one too. That one is a half vanilla, half berry. Yuck, Barvinci, that got hidden too. Why did that get hidden? Mike, that would make it Soylent Green. Oh, that's clever. That's clever. You guys kind of keep me on my toes, because this is literally the smartest community on the internet. Although to be fair, it's probably a Venn diagram of all different types of smart blended into one. if that makes sense. Like you existed before you were here. Johnson, right on here. Right, I'm here. Sorry, I'm a bit late. I was doing a water change. I'm planting my new aquarium plants. Amazing. Pictures, pictures, pictures. Dump them into the... Do you know what? I'd love to say like aquarium channel, but it, you know, pets and animals, I guess, because there just isn't enough space to put every possible channel that everyone would like. I'm saying this as the sort of person that would frequent a Taylor Swift channel, but you know how it is. Right. I definitely like Taylor Swift 25% less after that announcement that wasn't an announcement. I was up at 5:12 a.m. Damn it, expecting an album, and instead it was a merch pre-sale thing. Grr. Right. Got lots of these now. There's like an army of pots. Nearly done. Being very efficient. Let me see the chat. Mushroom pyramids. Soup. Humans, just not nutritious enough. Whoever wants some documentary, human compost is bad quality compost. Oh. Oh, okay. Jeannie, Helen. You guys are so, like, morbid. You're... Helen, they're probably all going to die. They're probably all going to get shriveled and die. Like, let it die. Let it shrivel up and die. The Lorax, sorry. I'm just reading the chat. You're all quite morbid. What's wrong with you all? What's wrong with you all? Why do we all accumulate around YouTube.com? What's wrong with us? Why do we do it? Okay. Continue. This is not human compost. It is what it is. Why is it sideways? Because it's not sideways. Because when I put my hands out like this, it's the right way. It's the correct way. No, not the pot. I've got that Lorax song in my head now. How many pots we filled? It's like many pots. We're still going. I didn't even need a full bag. I mean, this was the smallest bag they had, which is why it was cheaper, I guess. But I think this is quite cool. One thing I can't do is post these. Because that would be good, wouldn't it? Everyone could have some massive daisies. Where would you put them? Because they are massive. So it's a hybrid, okay? So this particular species is not... It's not like it was created by humans. Some point in the last 100 years, I don't know when, but it was created. It's... it says... Mayfield Giants, Shasta Daisy. They are two species. If you look at the thumbnail, you'll see. Because I wrote them in there. I knew someone would ask, so I put it in the thumbnail. It's a type of gerbera, basically. Actually, not too dissimilar to the flowers on the packet. But they're daisy flowers, so like, as in like these should be big white ones, you know, just like normal daisies, just huge, monster daisies. And my plan is to grow them indoors, keep an eye on them until, I don't know, November, I guess. I'm not a big green fingered person, so most stuff dies. I'm not, you know, hence filling all the pots. But then I can sort of bury the whole pot outside in the garden. That works for me because I can just dig a hole, lob these in, you know, with the plants in them, and they'll be okay. And they'll probably survive the winter. We don't really get harsh winters on the Isle of Man. Most of our winters are quite mild. They are quite mild. And they'll probably be okay. And then what will happen is in the spring, because they'll have already, you can sow them directly in the soil in the spring, but apparently. Because they'll already have had a head start growing indoors for ages, and they will then go badoom. So spring, summer, there should be some like massive just flowers. I like flowers. I don't know what to tell you. Or until the cats eat them. Yeah, there's potential for that. They'll be pinkish. Maybe. I think. Well, there's different varieties. So who knows? I mean, I don't know. There's no picture on here. Oh, there is a picture on there. That's just like a lawn daisy, kind of grass daisy. That's not them. The picture is incorrect. So yeah, I guess we'll find out. And still need this 24/7 care for the rest of their lives. Some autistic people also diagnosed with apraxia or misdiagnosed having intellectual disabilities. I feel like I've walked into this conversation halfway through. Wendy, you can hand deliver one to me. Do you want one? Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum. I'll be perfectly honest with you. You can have more than one if you want. there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 24. There's 24. Hey, Eagle Rider, how's it going? Like you have walked into the conversation halfway through. Right, so the last time I mentioned this, the last time I looked at the chat, everybody was talking about, I don't know, maybe you've all been watching Wednesday or something. I don't know, everyone was quite morbid. I think I only mentioned human compost once, and it seemed to have set everyone off into a singularity of morbid fascination. And then I look at the chat again, and then I'm halfway through a conversation about intellectual disability. Sometimes I feel like I just don't know what's going on. Nisi, is that how I say your name? Welcome. Welcome to the ADHD side of the Autistic Ev channel. If you're new here, welcome. Click videos on the channel thing and you'll see the idea, but pleasing. Okay. I saw cinnamon buns as well for some reason. I did watch last season of Wednesday. Last season of Wednesday is good. Currently dealing with 3 aging parents, so that's the current topic lately. Sorry, Scott. If it helps you, yeah. It's a really, really weird one. It depends which hat I've got on. The Mike hat, I can empathise with you because I'm also 2025 is an aging parents year for me. That's kind of how I'm going to think of 2025. Family dramas, family difficulties, kind of stuff. With my YouTube hat on, I'm thinking there's not a lot of content out about this. But then again, on the other side of things is, well, there isn't actually a heck of a lot of even like human sort of knowledge about this kind of area either. It's always something we also kind of avoid talking about. I mean, to hell with the fact there's any research about it. If autism ends at 18, sarcasm, it's definitely not there when you're 80, sarcasm. So yeah, there's so much misunderstood stuff. I know community is a successful anecdote to a lot of these problems, or a lot of the ancillary kind of surface issue, if that makes sense. I'm not saying like shallow, I mean like having people around you or having people to talk to is critical for a lot of things. Mostly so that we don't get into our own heads on stuff. We are, of course, at least in terms of how we feel, a kind of a balance of the people around us too. So that kind of helps. But yeah, the whole aging thing is weird because it's like, yeah, like who knows? Well, I don't know. Every single one of our ancestors who has ever lived on this entire planet, and there's very little oral tradition even about anything to do with aging stuff, particularly in the West. We just don't talk about it. So it's like, oh, right, okay, that's new. So a lot of stuff comes as like nasty surprises. And it's like, why is stuff nasty surprises at this point? like why is nasty surprises a thing? That's all. Be embarrassing to be resurrected. Nope, still autistic. Yep. Mum's forgetting stuff now, just turned 18. Yeah. Look, I've worked with aged parents, so I've got a good idea of what's to come. A lot of stuff isn't always like set in stone. It's not like there is a road and you're going to be on it. Well, to some degree, yes. But then to other degrees, no. And in general, with very, 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 very big paintbrushes, stuff is getting better. Every year is a bit better than the last one in terms of life expectancies and in terms of, well, it's not like every year all the time. You know what I'm trying to say. Big brush strokes here. You know, medicines, scientific advancement, cultural advancement, stuff is better. Very, very, very generally. Yes, you'll all have exceptions to that rule. You'll all be thinking of them right now. I know what you mean. My point is, you know, but you know, it's a subject that we're very unprepared for. Sorry, Wendy. Sorry to hear that. Yeah. Eagle Rider, yeah. Yes, I agree with you. I think regarding the USA, without getting political, I want to say that, in fact, I've already said, I've put a line in the sand already, I've already said it. It's just that there is going to be a sort of before current administration and after current administration kind of chunk in the sand, if you will, about how things are going to be understood. Like, for example, the autism diagnosis rates. The rate will change over the next 4 years, or the next 3.5 years. It's just gonna change. When we look back on this, that line is gonna look a bit different. You're gonna be able to spot the current era in the line. And that's true for a lot of things. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're still trying to track ASD but not bird flu. Yeah. I didn't know that about bird flu. Bird flu is a big issue to track. But yeah, I know. Yeah, I get it. I'm reading the chat. I'm reading the chat. It would be embarrassing to be... Oh, sorry, I've read that one already. Okay, sorry. I read quite fast, but reading the chat is one of the things that's slower for me because I'm trying to understand the context. I'm trying to understand what everyone's saying and why they're saying it. It's like really difficult. Aging current reality. Yeah. Donate your autistic brain tissue now. I mean, in theory, I would, but so depressing. Right. We're planting some massive daisies. Look at the thumbnail. We'll give you the species as well as a picture. Okay. All right, the seeds look kind of interesting. Let me see if I can show them to you. Okay. Hurrah. Do. What do you think of that? Tiny little, Okay, I have more seeds than pots, so guess what's going to happen? We're going to have, what, like 1, 2, 3? 3 per pot, I think. And then I'm just going to squish them in with my finger. And then just sort of cover them over a bit and pat pat. Sorry, pat pat's what Princess Polly does. When she wants attention, she does pat pat. And then, sort of to say that I've done that one, I guess I'll just stick it over there on the end of the table. And then I'll put them in a plastic tray afterwards. Okay. What do we want to do? 1, 2. Ah, sorry, there's 5 in that one. Good luck, guys. Don't fight under there. Be friends. Have fun. Okay, next one. And then I'm going to make a fresh tea because my tea is cold now. And cold tea is very unpleasant. Actually, cold tea is just disappointing. I don't know, there's like 8 in there. There's like load. I don't know, I just put a load in there. See? See what I'm saying? Survival of the fittest. Survival of the fetus. Don't put them too deep under. And I won't. It's just, I don't know, like they're like a couple of centimeters. They need to be about 5 mil deep max. Oh, okay. All right. So those ones are a bit deeper. Okay, there you go. They're hardly covered at all. There's nothing there. Yeah, I can still see them. You're telling me that one will work better? Should we do an experiment? Of like the deeper ones and then the not deeper ones. Help me out, guys. Right, I'm going to do these ones. And then 2-minute tea time. Okay, so what? Just this one. You just lay them on the soil. All right, okay, and then what? Just like that. Sure. I feel like I've got to tuck them in. Really? Just like that? Okay. Yeah, I do want to see. The reason why it's disappointing is I'd rather not have it at all because it's like, oh, look, there's a tea there. Yes. And then, that's why it's disappointing. Polly. Oh, you can't hear me, can you? Polly gets talked to a lot. And Polly deaf. Polly doesn't hear, but that's why she gets talked to a lot. She doesn't respond. Right, 2 minutes. Ads might play. Feel free to just hang around while they're on. It does help the channel a teeny bit. But yeah, 2 minutes, that's 120 seconds. So use it to get yourself a drink as well. I'm going to literally boil the kettle, chuck that away and make a fresh one. Make yourself a brew. Remember to hydrate. Maybe even treat yourself to something to eat. Don't forget. But this is going to continue. Loads more pots to do. And I'll see you in a minute because this is not going anywhere. I just have to make sure this works. That's why I'm waffling because I don't know if it's going to work or not. Let's see. It is.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. You with my eyes still closed and feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden. Mount Laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and hummingbirds Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, golden.
Yeah, thanks for that. Sorry. Yeah, so that was just me because I muted myself while I was making tea. What I was saying is sorry about any buffering or anything like that. I think possibly I'm in a bad Wi-Fi little spot here, or Princess Polly of Fluffy Butt Castle may have been, because she was walking around, so she could have been sitting on a laptop or knocking something over or something like that. She often gets the blame because it is often her. Right. What are we? Are we all like morbidly fascinated with something at the minute? What are we talking about, everyone? Like death or what's the chat on right now? Is muted. Not anymore. This is no longer muted. Brittany, is that a message from the past? It could be. Yannicka, I'm doing a Polly. Princess Polly, you're doing pat pat. Are you like doing pat pat on different users and like banning them? Now fixed. Amazing. Death. We're talking about Pete. Okay, cool. Okay, just wanted to read the room. This is called reading the room. This is an important skill. Hello, everyone. Is everyone happy? What are we talking about? Are we talking about death? Okay, let's just carry on. We're talking about life, everyone. Life. We're talking about little plant pots filled with very, very smelly compost. No, it is made from dead things. This is not the point. Okay. We're talking about exploitation of peat deposits on an industrial scale. Yeah, it's a massive problem. I suppose on the plus side is peat does it doesn't require a sort of glacial time to regrow. You know, it's not like a millions of years scale for peat to sort of redevelop. But yeah, it's bad. And you can understand why people in the past did it. It's a resource, right? Okay, here we go. One more pot. More seeds. I'm not counting the seeds. I'm just putting in like a few. And then what do I do? Pat pat? Like pol pol? Pat pat? Is that it? Is that all? Do we want to see the seeds on the top? Folks? Like that? Do we want to see the seeds? I mean, I was just like doing this with them before. I was pushing them under like that. And then just going, no? I guarantee there's more experience in here than there is in here. So what are we doing? Really? Okay. See the seeds. Really? Three times seed size for depth. It's like hardly anything then. So it's just that. You know, if anything, all I'm doing is just, they're still there. You can see them. Look. I mean, that's zero depth. They're just existing on the top. Is that right? If these flowers die, what colour would an autism tree be? I don't know. Based on the chat today, black. I'm messing with you all. It'll just be no, not at all. I'm messing. That was a funny thing to say. Always say the funny thing. Right, there you go. Ready? Pat, pat. Just like that. What I did is I've just touched it. But you can still see them on the top. See? Is that it? Really? Light cover over. Yeah, they're like hardly covered over at all. They're just... When seeds fall out of the flower. Oh, actually, that's a really good way to think about it, Scott. That actually has clicked in my brain because I'm like, what the hell are we doing, people? How has life survived for so long without human interference? It's like, yeah, okay, so there you go. They've just fallen down off the parent plant, and then maybe there's like a tiny light cover over, but like hardly anything. Like I can still see them, so that's good. Okay, so as per, you know, big daisy goes wee, and then just drops a few on top. Okay, cool, gotcha. You can tell I don't really do this thing very much. I just don't want them to fall out of the way. I'm only covering them like, well, that's not even covered really. Like, see? So there's some under there, some not. Sabes, please no. Don't attack them. Saber. Okay. We're going to have a quick little draw. This is Sabes. This is all Sabes. Mm-hmm. This is the back, very healthy, as you can see. Now, let me show you something. It's a cool trick. Okay. So you take your cat, catch no tails, and you plant it in the soil, and it will grow into another cat. Oh my god. Okay, that was a really bad idea. That was stupid, Mike. Okay, it has made a bit of a mess, but these ones haven't been planted, so it's just soil. Are you going to cover the pots to keep the humidity? Yes. So I have some trays and some covers. Yes. Yes, the humidity. Yes, absolutely. Okay. No, Saber! No, shit! Dotty. Still connected? Still good? Still good? Still good or no? That was... This is not Saber, this is Dotty. And she decided to leap up and land on the laptop, sending everything skidding. Herself skidding. Poor little heart is beating. Yes, thank you, Dot Dots. Yeah, thanks for that. Cool. This stream could just end any moment, by the way, in cats and swear words. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to take some of these seeds off the table now. There you go. Big Daisy drops them in, and I guess there we go. Like like they're not really covered, but you know, you get the point. They're kind of covered, sort of. One little tail flick, and they're all uncovered again. Thank you very much for the Fs. Appreciate that. Right. Do the new cats have the same disposition as the seed? If so, then I can't plant mine. Yes. I would be careful. This is an unapproved method of cat growing. No, Saber has gone. Saber has just made himself scarce. Right. I think it's Polly on this side. There's a Gib. It's Gibson. Sorry. Gibson. If I go over there, he's going to leap now because he shouldn't. Hang on, I need to just move the cat. I will be right back. It's going to say starting soon, but I'm back in a sec. I'm still connected, so you can hear me. Yeah. Oh, Pop, come say hi. Princess Polly is here to save the day. This is Princess Polly of Fluffy Butt Castle. This is her official name. We're talking about microchipping. This is her name, is Princess Polly of Fluffy Butt Castle. She's deaf. And very, very fluffy. I mean, just intensely fluffy. She sheds more than a husky. In fact, she sheds just constantly, just all the time, everywhere, all at once. She's the fluffiest cat I've ever seen, ever. And I've seen a lot of cats. Are we good? Gonna move this tail out of the way? Yes, Polly. So pat pat is this. If you watch, pat pat. Polly. She can't hear, but see, pat, pat pat, pat pat, stroke stroke, pat pat, pop pop. She can't hear it. She's gonna do pat pat, right? This is where it comes from. Here she comes. See her? Polly, do it. I hate her doing it, but actually, if we just ignore her, she'll start patting me, and she'll get more violent. She'll get increasingly more violent. She'll start with a gentle pat, and she'll start using claws if she gets ignored, because that's what she does. It's an implicit violence. Okay, here we go. If I realised for a second, because I just didn't, for some reason my brain never made the connection, that the seeds don't have to be planted, right? Like buried, then I'd be tempted to do some drive-by seed bombings, just to make, plant some wildflower seeds, but instead of planting them, just dump them, I guess. That probably would work, wouldn't it? Yeah, she's purring. You want to hear her purr? Here we go. Ready? I don't know, did that work? Let me know. Did you hear that or not? I don't even know if these ones had seeds in or not. Yeah, they do. Yeah. And these ones do not. Yeah, these ones do. Okay, more seeds! My cats do the same. Oh, right, yeah, so last video was a memes one. Does anyone hiss at people? Be honest. Do you hiss at people? I would love to hiss at people. I don't know, I spend more time with cats than I do with humans, obviously, by multiple orders of magnitude. And I will hiss at the cats. So, yeah, do you guys hiss at people or no? I need to know. Saber seeds. I didn't hear it. Oh, okay. They're hissing me out, my family. So do I, but outside of your family. I mean, like, you like trolley rage. Start hissing at people. I do tell the cats off for hissing, like, swearing. Oops, there's quite a few in there. And the cat too. Yeah, I hiss at family members and the cats, yes. Yes. Anastasia, Helimons dressed. What? As in, is that a yes? You're at the park and dog jumps up at you and you hiss at her. I need to know. I hiss at people when they jump scare me. Yeah, I'm not keen on being frightened. Hissing, stay blinking. Excellent. Yannicka, autistic cats, I would expect nothing less. I hiss from you and growl, but only to see the situation. There we go. 24 pots of each one is going to turn into a 2.5 foot. I can't believe I'm Americanizing now, but no, 80 centimeters. Correct. 80 centimeter tall daisy. It's a hybrid. It's like a type of gerbera daisy, but they're used as cut flowers. They're used by florists a lot. But because these pots here are sort of a disposable, compostable pot, I will plant the whole thing, pot and all, just in the garden, just a trowel, pull back a bit, dump it in, and it will work really well in a border or whatever. It's going to be good. So, in order to keep the pots safe from the kitty cats, Nina got these like ages ago. I don't even know if she's used them or not, but these are like plastic growing trays with like a little mesh. I guess that's quite helpful because it keeps the water off the bottom, or maybe you can even put a bit of water in to kind of humidify them, and then we can put the pots on that. I don't know if they have proper lids or not, but we've got these old plastic ones, which sort of can just be propped on the top. I don't know, yeah, a bit of tape or something. Hold them in place. We'll have more tea when we'll just have more tea when our next tea break. Yes, always. Just make yourself extra teas. Sometimes on live streams, here's a live stream secret that you may or may not know. I will make a flask of tea and just top up my cup during the stream. There you go. Any content creators among us? There's your pro tip for the day. Have a secret flask of tea. But I can get more than 6 on here. Let's be a bit more creative with it. Here we go. Yes, no, yes. Yeah. Okay. Make like a bee and hexagon. Hexacool. I thought it was pots of weed. No, it's not pots of weed. No. Another tray. Aww. I think there's a bit of moth. Oh no, it's not. It's like grass seed or something. Heating up lunch now. What are you having for lunch, Layla? Listen to Wendy. What did Wendy say? You need to soak the compost or nothing will happen. I shall do that. I shall do that. I shall do that. Let's give the compost a watering. Hexagons are the best of all. They are. I feel like these pots should have been done hexagonally so that you could do, why pots pot shaped? I guess for manufacture, right? But hexagonal pots would be better. Yes, I think so. I think hexagonal pots would be way better. Looking forward to the flooding. Yeah. I will do my best and away from the computer, that's for sure. I mean, yes. There we go. That's it. That's literally 20, so 10, what? So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, yeah, 10, 10, plus the 4, 24. 24 pots of amazing, amazing goodness. Fold that over. Actually, I'll do a bit of tidying up now while I'm so minded. To remind you all that there is a Tea and Tales video. Now, the reason I'm talking about the same videos over and over and over again is because for some weird reason I'm working on a whole bunch of videos all at the same time. And I think the reason for that, it's not how I like to work, okay, but the reason I think I'm like this, and I'm not joking, is after I've done like 2 more hours of ABA training, and I genuinely mean it, I'm doing like 2 hours a day at the minute, I just don't feel like doing more ABA research. It's the one thing I just do not want. I don't want to hear about it anymore, like I'm done. So I then just start working on a different video. And then that sort of started this really weird work pattern where I'm working on like loads of different videos at the same time. 6 actually, there's 6 ongoing. And once the ABA one's out, I'll start working sequentially again, which is how I like to work. I prefer to do one thing, and then do one thing, and then do one thing, and then do one thing. I prefer to, to work sequentially rather than on lots of things. Because it's distracting, and then I'm kind of like all over the place. What was the point of telling you all this? There was a point, and I've forgotten what it was. Sorry. There was a point. If you wanted pots around stability, now they're around for tradition. Yeah, it could be. I mean, look, if they were hexagonal, we could do the whole thing on 2 trays easily. I'd have to put 8 in each tray. Yeah, I think you probably... yeah, you know what? Fine. Yeah, okay. Now I can't count. One more. And now I'm incapable of counting. Okay, since I have to use 3 trays. 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. There you go. 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. The wettening shall commence. Maybe after the next 2-minute break, we'll do the wettening. I've got another one of those trays, but I don't need it. Right. Autism likes to work on one thing at a time, but ADHD has something to say about that. Yeah, that's true. I think part of the problem is I like to work on my environment. Whenever something I find is a bit slow, software engineers out there will understand where I'm going with this. So when you're working and then you find yourself repeating a task and you go, oh, I should find a way to make that quicker. Just as part of your day job, that's how you work. So it's like that. I try and just optimize life as much as I possibly can. Not in a productivity way, and I am probably going to make some videos about this at some point, just because it's just something I'm kind of, I guess, passionate about, but it might be useful. There's a lot of productivity YouTube, and it kind of annoys me. There's a lot of like hustle culture on YouTube, a lot of like productivity. Be productive, do more, blah, blah, blah. And I find it better to not do less in a way, but kind of like focus on the thing that I want to do, and then if something is slow, I will find a way to speed it up. And that results in living in a bit of a weird way sometimes. Just to put something near to where it needs to be, or to do stuff in a way that would be better. Even if it's not quote unquote normal. And it's a continuing process, but being forced to do something like the ABA video really, really stresses me out, because I don't like being forced into something like that I'm not enjoying, is probably the right word to use. Yeah. So, and the annoying thing is the video will go up on YouTube, it will get demonetized, which means, unfortunately, not about the money, but about the fact that YouTube is then not incentivized to show it to anyone. And it's like, but I kind of need to do it, get it out of the way. And part of it is because I've got some weird psychological kind of shticks, I think is the right term to use. Gimmicks is the official term. I know that was used a lot in psychological literature for decades. And it's a weird gimmick that I feel like I don't want to talk about something if I don't know what I'm talking about. It annoys me when I hear people talking about stuff that they haven't got a fucking clue what they're talking about. It makes me so irate and angry. So as a consequence, it's like, shit. Okay. So yeah. So that's what happens. Juju, I don't think I'm a hero, but like it's called a hero piece of content, because it's a thing, a bit like the sex talk video. It's a thing, exists, it's there, and you can kind of refer to it or not, whatever. Just it's like a thing on a topic. Tea and Tails, Lissa, yeah, that was it, Lissa. Thank you. Your the organisational autism there is very good. The neurodiversity on point. Yes, Tea and Tails, yes. Yes, because how to keep house while drowning, as he sees behind him a very, very messy kitchen, is on the list. And I have filmed that already. I just have to edit it, put it together, get it out. And I hope you guys enjoy it. You get to see me cleaning. So yeah. Thank you, Lissa. Appreciate that. Mike, water pouring sideways. Yes, that's after a 2-minute break. Haven't forgotten that one. Hank Green's rounds out politics and eco-geeky things. Okay, that's out of context for me. Are you? Yes, you. Sit the heck down and breathe. Yeah, we need more of this. Yeah. True. Are you PDA procrastinating? No, I'm not. I'm actually slugging away 2 hours a day. It's taking a really long time. It's a bit weird. The amount of effort is just huge. I don't know how I can compare it to. Probably an A level, I imagine. Probably a bit more. It's a bit fucking ridiculous, actually, to be honest with you. When I know I can walk around the park or something, or go for a hike, and do 7 things you didn't know about autism and ADHD. And then everyone will click it for some reason. Why do you click it, people? Why do you click it? And it's like really low effort. Like memes videos take longer than 7 things you didn't know about ADHD. Why? Don't click that shit. But like, yeah, basically, you will occasionally see such videos. But like, I'm just saying, like, it's like, I could do that, but like, you know. What iteration rhymes with PDA? Not PDA, ABA. It has a number in it. 100 things you didn't know about ABA. Nah. I don't even know what I'm going to call the video, by the way. I haven't even got an idea of the title. Hey, I didn't know anything about ABA, so I decided to like learn all about it, get qualified, do the training, get qualified and practice ABA autistic children, and here's what I found out. No, because I can't do the latter on the Isle of Man. I can do all of it except for that. We'd have no ABA clinics here. Plus, that's completely unethical. The last part is, I mean, so yeah. Quiet hands, quiet hands. Don't watch your phone, Mike. Rename the sex video. 9 parents. The topics your parents didn't discuss with you during the sex talk. Also lose the eggplant. Yeah, you're probably right. I probably do need to sort of spin it around a little bit. Part of the reason for the eggplant, by the way, is it's one of the, it's not an Easter egg, but it's part of the messaging I'm doing up front to let people know, hey, this video has adult topics in it. Without saying, hey, this is a disclaimer, we're about to talk about adult topics. It's part of my signaling for that, so that's the reason for the eggplant. Pros and cons of ABA. Someone call epic rap battles. Epic rap battles of history. And then we can do all of the different psychologists and compare them against each other. They can literally fight. Oh my god, that's amazing. That's so funny. Oh, look, a little fly or something landed on the pot. I ate only ABA food for a week. A multi-billion-dollar industry most people have never heard of. Yeah. And that's just in the US, by the way. Yeah, that's true. Autism versus ABA. That's a good one, Harriet. Random question. Do you think the ABA training process itself feels polytropically structured? Yes. I also feel like it's all over the place. I feel like the ABA training process doesn't know what it wants to be. So it includes a big segment on kind of like the background and the history of ABA, but it's kind of glossing over the bad stuff. But it's like, there's bad stuff, but you know, we're not like that anymore. Moving on. I will dwell on that for a little bit because I think it's really important. I think the links with gay conversion therapy is very important. I also think it's important to say, for example, there's an awful lot of conversation about how ABA has changed, you know, and it's like, okay, how, and what are you doing about it? And like, there's also a lot of conversation around, you know, oh, we need to change, we need to be better, we need to listen to autistic people more, and so it's just like happy sounding noise, but nothing. Okay, well, top 3 things then. What are you going to do about it? Like, particularly for the BACB, I want, you know, who are reluctant to talk to me, and I just want to ask, like, well, what are you doing to mandate this culture change? You've acknowledged that you want to change this culture and be progressive and modern and up to date, and okay, what are the tactics? Well, how are you doing that then? Because you can actually force people to get up to date, by the way. The BACB are really good at kind of like controlling their hierarchical organizational structure. It's really tightly controlled. So just fucking force people to be up to date. Like, just, you can do it. They can literally like mandate it from the top. But mandate what? What are you going to do? I mean, getting Kaylin Barlow is all well and good to speak at the occasional sort of gig, but it feels a bit tokenistic. It's like, what are you going to do? Like, you set the priorities. Do it. Set them. Do something. Nice sounds, nice smiley, noddy, kind of like, yeah, well, things are better now, you know, got to, or even, dare I say, I'm going to sit on the bridge between these 2 camps, and it's like, no. Only one camp has the power here. One camp is making the assertion. One camp is doing the work. Right. And they say that they were bad in the past, but you can trust them now. Does it sound familiar? Does it sound a bit like a toxic relationship to you? You know, what are you going to do to be better in the future then? You know, bearing in mind you're practicing on people that can't consent. Like, I know consent, because they're like, consent, you know, is needed. Consent above everything, blah, blah, blah. Enthusiastic consent, okay. Bearing in mind this is with children, so they're not your clients, really, at the end of the day. It's their parents, so... How do you know? I would say, by the way, because I don't believe, because this is a live stream and it'll become a VOD on YouTube, for completeness, I will also say one of the things I would expect to see in that package change immediately, and it can be mandated, it can change that fast, by the way, is bodily autonomy for children. You can teach them bodily autonomy. If they don't want to do something, then they don't have to, and that shouldn't be something that needs to be changed or intervened with necessarily. Obviously there's common sense stuff, and then there's like looking after them and their future person, etc., etc. But their bodily autonomy is super important, because you might end up at the risk of, I'm not saying Tanner from Love on the Spectrum is this person, but you know, you might end up with somebody that's constantly fawning and constantly smiling, constantly pleasing, being super polite, doing the stuff that they've been trained intensively to do as a young child. You know, Michael Jackson complains that he had a really bad childhood because his parents were drumming it into him. Yeah, basically that's what's happening with a lot of autistic kids these days. And where the therapists even live in the house, you know what I'm saying? It's 24/7. 40 hours a week is like, yeah, no. It's the other 120 hours on top of that, probably. It's just immediately, and this is in case any ABA, you know, or anti-autistic AF type folks out there want to listen to some of this. It's just the autonomy of the child. It's not just on paper. It's not a checkbox saying we've asked them if they're all right, so we've got consent. It's like teach them bodily autonomy. So important. And so many other lessons around the outside of that. So many other behaviours will improve as a result. Just saying. Anti-autistic evangelism. Shouldn't be controversial, but yeah, but it is. It's massively, massively controversial. But I've changed, baby, take me back. I'm now merciful God. Yeah, exactly. I've changed. We've been bad in the past, but things are great now. Smiley face. And it's like, oh, no. Like, well, what has changed? Like, specifically, here's a whiteboard and a marker pen. Write down top 3 things that you've done differently and how we're going to measure that in the future. We can ABA the ABA practitioner if you like. Let's do a baseline. In fact, actually, that's not a bad idea for a video. Just a different video almost. It's like you could ABA the ABA. You could apply the same metrics of, you know, recording baseline behavior and then recording like the behavior modifications, how it's going to change. I don't know. I think that's a compelling video. Might do that as part 2 or something. I don't know. Like, I kind of want it out of my life because I've got there is a risk. I've kind of noted a bit of a mild risk of kind of, you know, I don't want to say focusing on the negative, but holy shit. I had no idea, by the way, that all this shit is going on. I had no clue. And some of my videos kind of write themselves almost. Like it's gotten to a point where I know that if I now like just Google the researchers on some dodgy paper, that it's going to turn up with some really bizarre shit. Like they're advocating making tinfoil hats, and I shit you not. That was the case with the autism reversal twin study. One of the researchers there is literally about tinfoil hats. Literally about tinfoil hats. It just blows my mind. It just it's like, what? What's going on? And I do actually kind of feel like the autistic community could. This is where I'm at with it, right? I think things will be better in the future. I think it's going to take about 10 years, but I think things will be better in the future. And then I think we can all start arguing with each other about where we think research priorities should go. I think we can start arguing with each other about, hey, well, wouldn't it be great if we had research into X, Y, Z, whatever? Just something that someone else is like, no, I think ABC is better. And you can sort of butt heads on these issues. But it's like, we're not even there yet. We're not there yet. That's not where we're at. Because we're not looking at how to help people yet. And that I find incredibly painful. That's very, you know, it's cure narrative without saying the word cure. It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. Take care, Soup. Maybe I'll see you in an after party. Starting to wonder if the Epstein files and Mike's ABA video actually exist. You are going to get the ABA video before the Epstein files. Promise. You're getting it, because, you know, it's got to leave my desk at some point. Yeah, it's got to... On my desk is an ABA video, and I'm going to show it to you. It is going to be unedited. Is that the right word? No, it's going to be edited. Yeah. Will it be as hard to get through as Meg's video on Neil Gaiman, though? Probably be easier to watch, I'll be honest. It would be much easier to watch. No offense to Meg, she did a good video on Neil Gaiman. I won't be disappointed if the files are first. No, I'll beat them. I'll beat the files. They pointed Mike at the Epstein files. No, you don't need to. CoffeeZilla. Do any of you watch CoffeeZilla? CoffeeZilla posted a video. Internet. He's kind of like themed himself like a detective. You know, like an old sort of 1920s detective kind of vibe. But the guy is like, holy shit, incredible. And his community is amazing at just figuring stuff out. So what he tends to talk about and what he's famous for is talking about things like Logan Paul and crypto scams and all this sort of stuff, and going into such intense detail. And he did an analysis of the Epstein. This stream is definitely demonetized now. He did an analysis of the Epstein footage, which is just nuts. Just nuts. CoffeeZilla is worth a watch, and he's not. He's quite high signal to noise, if that makes sense. So there's not a lot of waffle, and he's very well put together. I think I would call it investigative journalism, and it's not really something that's done much anymore. We don't. I think the I don't know, the culture or just the investigative journalism was such a big thing when I was growing up, like, and now there's just like I don't know if I could tell you about anyone who does investigative journalism except for like a YouTuber. I don't know, like, yeah, CoffeeZilla, yeah, definitely worth a watch if you're into the Epstein files. Not that that's what he does, but he did a video on the Epstein stuff. Remind us about it on the scratching post. Are you going to seriously rely on my executive dysfunctioning? I might remember. If somebody wants to prompt me, you're welcome to tag me and go, hey, what are you talking about? And I'll probably remember. Or someone else will remember. Lissa will remember. Lissa's on fire with the... yeah, they're going to be massive daisies. And they're not natural, really. They're a hybrid species. They're a hybrid daisy that grows 80 centimeters tall. They grow into clumps, really big clumps. And they can form effectively like hedgerow of daisies. I mean, it will make, they just make a massive ton of daisies. And my plan is to grow them indoors over the rest of the summer and throughout autumn. Plant them out maybe at the end of autumn when there will be seedlings. Well, there'll be little plants. Our winters here are very, very mild. This should almost certainly be fine. And then, spring and summer next year, going to be massive daisies. Like huge flowers, like properly large daisy flowers. But yeah, they are a hybrid. A type of gerbera. They're called Shasta daisies. The species is on the thumbnail. If you're interested in finding out what these are or getting them yourself, the species is, you can just Google the species and plus your country and just order them. And like less than $1, you can reproduce all of this. Maybe $2 for the compost as well. Massive daisies sounds beautiful. Yeah, basically massive daisies, like really big daisies. Nina and I, we like daisies, so we like all kinds of flowers. But Wendy, I remember the water, and the reason I've done it is because I hooked it in with something else that I really have to do, which is drink. So when we do the next 2-minute break, I will go and get a jug of water, and that's how I'll remember. Does anyone else do these hacks with yourself, by the way? Wendy, I've one for you here, speaking directly to Wendy. Do you remember when I said houseplants only get watered when water change happens with the aquarium, right? So fish tank, water change, bucket of water, now I can water the fish. Yeah, that's exactly how it is. Same thing. It's like they do not get watered otherwise, like at all. Like zero, they just will not be watered. And Nina's tried loads of hacks to try and like figure out how we're going to do it. Like Like she's gotten some like rope stuff that you put into pots, and you know, like a bottle of Coke or whatever, you can put some water in it and then just use the string to kind of like, that sort of works. But yeah, if we didn't have the fish tanks, the plants would all be dead. If that's not the routine, and like it's not written down, it's not got a timer, there's no alarm, it's just when the water change happens, right, I've got a bucket of water in my hands, I must remember to water the plants. If there's no like cultural hack around it, it would never happen. And I've got no other way of making that happen. Like, yeah. In fact, a bit of an issue is, how would I explain that to someone else? How would I say, hey, do this and your life will be better? Well, I can't, because the hack has to come from you. It has to be like, you have to come up with your own little sort of subroutines, a heuristic, so that you don't have to think. Do you know what I mean? So your brain can, not that your brain can turn to slop, but like, so that you're not having to do this constant, I forget if it's type 1 or type 2 now, but this constant kind of like high energy thinking, like you're a processor that's just about to overheat. It's just got to be a heuristic. You know, like racism is just a heuristic. People don't have to think really hard to be racists. They're just, it's a bad example, really bad example, but it's true. Driving is a better example. Let's forget the racism. Driving goes from being something that you're like, oh my, how does that, to just something that you like, oh, I've been driving for half an hour, I have no idea how that happened. Yeah, like that. Riding a bicycle, similar thing, just becomes a heuristic. Scuba diving, slightly less relatable, but the same thing, just like driving. It's a heuristic. It's like, it's not fun until you've done it like 100 times, and then it's like fun, because then it's like, oh, okay, you know, you can just like daydream and meditate and shit. It's just like, but like 99 times before then, it's just shit, and stressful, and you need to have really strong motivation to get through it all. That's my tip for you all. It's like, what's your heuristic? Don't buy expensive plants. That's probably the rule. Only get plants that are like free or like so cheap in the shop because no one else wants to buy them that it just costs like 10p. That's what we do. Basically, it's like we don't trust ourselves with expensive plants. Nina bought me an olive tree for my birthday. Come closer. Nina bought me an olive tree in a pot. I think she got it from B&Q or Tesco's or from a garden centre or something. She got me an olive tree. It's dead. Olive tree died. We saw an olive tree the other day in a pot. Really expensive one, like with a really thick trunk and everything. And she said, you're not having that. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I don't think I can trust myself. That's basically like, yeah, that's my advice to you. There's my consumer advice to you. Don't buy expensive plants. Exactly. I thought a Mediterranean plant would be pretty safe, like a cactus or something. Yeah. But the problem with that is that the olive tree was just over here. And I don't ever walk there to water plants. So it never got watered and it's dead. Is it my fault? I guess, kind of. Like, it's not like, you know, it's an insurance claim or anything, but like, you know, so that was a plant. To quote Alan Partridge, I think she paid retail price for it. I think she bought it from a shop. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Right plant, right place is key. Yeah, it's not about like whether it was the right place for the plant, but almost like it was the right place for my stupid brain. To know that the heuristic of watering would work there, because it doesn't work there, because I don't go there to water plants, so it's not going to get watered. It's kind of what I mean. The right place for the olive tree would probably be in the bathroom, which is ridiculous, but that it would get watered then. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Well, next to my bed? Nope. The studio? Nope. The fern in the background is fake in my videos. You don't always see it. It depends on where I put the camera, but like the fern is fake. And it's like, what if it were a real fern? It would be dead. There's a real fern there, and it's massive, and it's really pretty, and it's all, you know, it's just hanging on the wall. That's okay. That's going to get watered. But if it's in the studio, is it going to get watered? No, it's not. Does anyone understand? Lissa, kitchen window. Yes, kitchen window is also fine. There are some plants in the kitchen. They will get watered. Yes. So it's kind of like how... Do you know what I'm trying to get where I'm going with this? It sounds batshit, I know. But this is the truth. And this is how it is. And it's like... Okay, so if I had a routine for watering the plants and this was a thing and it happened in the morning and 9 a.m., it would be like too many chores. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, I've got a lot going on in life. I barely have any time to myself to think, to do whatever, right? Like, my life is full, like crammed full, and I need it to be less crammed full. And over the next year, it is becoming less crammed full. In fact, it's beginning to look a lot like I will now be only on YouTube, just content creating, basically, by next April, May, June type time. Software development is gonna, it's a flip. Software development is something that I might do occasionally at the weekend, but like that's really weird to me and incredibly scary. Bearing in mind, I'm going from the top of one skill tree to the bottom of another one, and I don't have a huge amount of skill points to spend. In fact, none. I've spent them all already. So it is kind of scary. I haven't got an analogy for that, but the skill tree one works really, really well. If you play role-playing games, you'll understand. So yeah, I have to rely on heuristics. So I have to rely on almost a religious kind of like, right, this happens when that happens. But I've got no plan for that to happen. And if I can't write it down because it will become too fucking much. Do you understand? Does that make sense? Does that help everyone? I forget to water plants so I don't have plants. Oh, Ashley, I wish you could have one of these. If I could teleport, I wouldn't teleport them all. I'm easily keeping 8. But like, I could teleport like 16 of these around the planet. Wendy's gonna have a couple, defo. Like, you know, I could just teleport them off to people. No, I don't want you. No, I don't think you should have no plants because you're bad at watering plants. And it is possibly true. And I think there's a danger to internalizing messages as well. Like you could say, I'm bad at watering plants, or I'm bad at this, I'm bad at that. I used to call myself not creative all the time. And I think it's just a different kind of creative, if that makes sense. I feel like that label doesn't really apply to me now, but I am genuinely shit at art. I wish I was better at drawing and things. But like, do you know what I mean? You know, when you internalize a message, I've got a video on this. Actually, I have a video on internalizing messages, internalizing labels. Did you know, weird one, this really is bizarre, and the more you look into it, the weirder it is, but not in a weird autism speaks kind of way, but in a weird kind of like, oh, this is weird. I wonder what the variables are. I wonder why that is. But in a study done on criminals, actually it was an experiment done on criminals, almost an unethical one, where they were so labelled. Justice system, this particular type of crime, they were labelled as criminals. And then when an experiment was run, a practical experiment, just in terms of, it's almost like a PR marketing kind of pop psychology thing, which was to not call them criminals. And to otherwise process people exactly the same. Offer them the same rehabilitation, the same treatment, the same punishments, you know, but labelling them, they would not be referred to as criminals. And the ones that were referred to as criminals are more likely to reoffend. And that's just weird to me. That's just weird, because they're in the same culture, in the same prisons, in the same whatever. But internalizing messages is absolutely true. But you should definitely have plants. Try yourself on a plant. Get a spider plant, Ashley. I don't believe I could send you one because US border control, whatever. I don't even know if you're in the US. I don't know that I could post anything that's living, sort of. I don't know. I'm like mildly nervous about peacock feathers. There are peacock feathers that have gone all around the planet. I don't know. I don't know if like some overzealous agent's going to be like, no, you shall not see the peacock feathers. Anyway, this is now reaching the temperature of not wanting to be drunk, so I will be doing a 2-minute break, and then we'll be doing the application of water to the plants and covering them over. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, it's okay. I'll just drink this here, and then I'll go make another one. I turn pasta and tea into YouTube videos. That's the formula. Pasta plus tea plus time. Or rice. Pasta is pretty reliable though, and doesn't take very long to make. Or Huel. I've got, this doesn't look very appetizing, is it? But like I've got a Huel as well. There's half a Huel. I have fake plants, best of both worlds. Yeah, yeah. Blend your fake plants and your real ones together. And then remember to water the fake plants, but not to water the real ones. I'm rearranging my Notion. Oh, I use the Para system. Projects, areas, resources, and archive. You can Google it. It's someone else's. I didn't invent it. I've tried loads of things. That works really well for me. So projects, areas, resources. Resources is like, it's got tons of like code library in there, code snippets and things, or things that are cool. I'll just go stick them in resources. Archive is anything I don't want anymore, but I want to keep. And it just gets dumped in there, so you don't even need to think about it. And projects and areas. Oh, and I have inbox as well. You dust the fake plants, Lisa? I just thought the French fries in the air fryer? Defo. Yeah. The ones I had last week were not very nice. They would have been if I'd have remembered to get them and eat them. Had to step away for a headache. How are things now? You had to have a headache? I realised what I was saying as I was saying it. I hope you feel better. I read that in my brain as I had to step away for a cigarette. So when you said had to step away for a headache, how are things now? It's like, oh, I have to step away for a cigarette. That's like something people say a lot in Britain. Like, it's that's over time as well. Even that's becoming less of a thing now. People have to step out for a smoke break or whatever, you know. So I read that as have to step away for a headache. How does that even work? You had to step outside to get 10 minutes of, right, let's get the migraine out of the way. And then you can just switch it off and then walk back in, feeling nice and refreshed that you've had your headache for the day. Do you have 20 headaches a day? That is a bad habit. You should stop that. Zucchini fries. Don't think I've ever tried that. Could work. Sweet potato fries can be nice too. I need to get back into gaming, so I think I need to treat it similar to other tasks like washing up and vacuuming. I've never heard of anyone struggling to fire up a game. This is interesting. You should definitely tell us more about that. Like, I think the gaming thing is more like not doing it. I sort of know what you mean though. I want to play Baldur's Gate 3 again. I last fired it up 5-6 weeks ago. And there's like a few playthroughs I want to do. I think after I've done maybe one more playthrough, I'll probably feel like I'm done with fried zucchini. I want to get back into tabletop gaming. Red Gen, I want to tabletop game. That was fun in Germany. Oh, buffering. Eek. I would be into gaming, but I really don't want to spend any more time on the computer. Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel the same way. So, the Autisticats have like a little spin-off. A group of Autisticats have spun off their own tabletop D&D campaign, run by the Supreme Michael B as DM, and folks are having a great fun time with it. I know nothing about it. Tell me more, but you'll only make me jealous and stuff. And I was offered a seat, and I'd love to join you guys. I wasn't lying when I said no, I can't right now, but it's something I really want to do. It's not. That wasn't a neurotypical kind of like blow off. It's real. I really want to join it. So it's a bucket list thing for me, but also it's kind of something I think I would really enjoy. But right now, yeah, things are a bit of a bum. But I know that things will get settled for me. It's not to say that bad things won't happen, but like stuff will settle down. It's like life transitions happen, but then I forced myself into some big transitions as well with like work and changes, and even YouTube is a big part of my life now. And it's like I'm just trying to cram it all in there. Everyone's sort of relating. Can you zoom a tabletop game? Yeah, you totally can. In fact, the D&D game is played online. I think on Zoom. Yeah, with like one of the online character sheet dice roller websites, of which there are many. Yeah, you can totally do it. I don't even think it's a struggle. I think it's almost something that is almost accommodated now, like really, really well. Think about it. You're in the very throne room of nerddom. So it's like, yeah, you could do all this shit online. It's not an issue. But like, I'd love to do that. I'd love to do online D&D. I'd also like to do. I think my involvement would have to be like a one shot. I think, which annoys me because I'd love to do like a long campaign. That'd be great fun. But also tabletop in real life with like little miniatures and shit. Never done that. Like, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Except for like Kira guys. Yeah, so that'd be really, really good fun. But it is literally just a case of choosing like what to do. And right now there's so much chaos in my life. I just can't. I would literally melt down, shut down my meltdown and burn out. And I'm not even joking. Like, yeah. So like, I make more margin, make more space, and then I can do these things. But later, intentional. That's the plan. Be intentional. I'm in a magical girl RPG tomorrow. Amazing. Does that have a like? Is it a brand? Is it something that I know, or is it all like homebrewed stuff? My parents told my aunt and uncle I'll be there, so they're picking me up along the way. Perfect. Although to be fair, you wouldn't have to fight to get me to one of those kind of things. I also think it's like a really cool way. And by the way, we are going to do a 2-minute break in a moment, and then the watering of the things. I also think it's a really cool way to get everyone focused on a thing, but also enjoying the company of people around them, right? Without the pressure, without all the extra pressure and stuff. But also just the game for the game's sake. It's just be great fun. It'd be brilliant. Amber, Charlie, online D&D asks for typing participation really well. Nice. Also, it's quite nice, like not knowing, like. Oh yeah, Granite, welcome to the scratchy post. I've played Fighting Fantasy books with my friends online. I love those books. Yeah, I bought my son all of them. This is something like as an adult you can do, and they were very old, and it was a full set, and it was really good fun to read them again. I used to read them in W.H. Smith's as a kid. He used to read the W. Smiths, which doesn't make sense because you have to like pick a number or whatever. Magi Knights using D&D 5th edition base with Sailor Moon and Power Rangers type stuff added. Nice. If people are interested, I could probably GM on Ross. I'll take it to Discord for further discussion. Yeah, cool. I will be up for it. I don't know, after the autumn. Let me get my ABA video out of the way first. That will easily free up enough time to do a one-shot, no question. Right, I'm going to make a fresh cup of tea, and you guys are going to do something similar, like, I don't know, get a drink, get something to eat, whatever. When I get myself a drink, I'll also get some water for the plants. So we'll do that. There may be buffering. I'm sorry about the buffering. It's all different all the time. Right, 2 minutes. I have to press the 2-minute button now. Ads might play. It does actually help the channel. It's just leaving the run. Yeah, that's it. 2 minutes, okay?
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things. For miles in spring, rainbow trout and hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things. Gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves, gold anything, golden. I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things.
I need a tiny bit longer. I need like another, like, look, this is the kettle. It's not boiled, like, I don't know what to do. It's 2 minutes, okay? Sorry. Yeah. You have to hum golden things to yourself for a bit. I'm sorry. That's why I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you while the ad break is on. Hopefully you can hear me and it's not too much buffery. I'm still making tea. I put too much water in the kettle and it's taking too long to boil. You know, super posh people have got this thing on their tap where they press a button and they get hot water. If you have one of those, let me know. You make me feel jealous of you for having a hot water tap. You have to boil it. It's a bog standard kettle. But it works well. Ow, 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 smash. Okay. We should do like tea making video. Okay, I'm gonna just try and mix the tea bag because this speeds it up. We're doing like super fast tea. One. You don't want to see that there's a thing here for all the Okay. I've got a screen. You can join the scratching post. The 3 different tiers. Even on the lowest one, $4 a month. Because Discord, which is where we'll do after party afterwards. So there you go. See? Was that better? Was that a better ad break? I think that was possibly a better ad break. I don't know. I don't know if you heard it or not. Okay. So anyway, I have tea now. Is my mind playing tricks on me, or is there a bit of compost in my tea? I don't know how it would have gotten in there. It might be on the bottom of the mug. Yeah, it's obviously dirt everywhere. That's good. Yeah, I'm there furiously stirring the tea bag. Did you guys hear the kettle boiling? Hopefully you did. Hopefully you did. But Charlie, I'm in a rush. I'm rushing the tea. Oh, shit. Let me go get the thing. Right. What should we do? Oh, I'll use this for the coffee. This contains a lot of water. This is a big jug. Let's use the big jug. Okay, I'm back. I am back. I'm not on the screen, but I'm back. Okay, cool. Big jug time. Let's go. Right? Yeah, so this is the correct way around. Excellent. I actually don't know how much water to add, but I can do that, right? That's enough. To be fair, everything is going to be damp because when I cover it over, I don't know how much water I'm adding. Welcome to the Autisticats. That's what that noise was. I think it's actually just a sub, by the way. Right, let's go around. A bit more. A bit more. A bit more. A bit more. It's going well. We're 2/3 done. Tsunami? No! More water than that. Why are you all so different? Why is it more water and less water all the time? Right. Right. Okay, so we're looking at like, I mean, if it's too much, it will just get super humid, won't it? Right? If this doesn't work, it's your fault. Just collectively. Collectively. Like the peanut butter and jam sandwich. That was awful. More water needed. Okay, I'll just pour. Is that how you do it? Right, just pat, just pat like that. Is that how you do it? Like, pat the seeds down, pat them, pat, 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 pat. What's the matter? Okay, this is Hydra the cat. For those of you who do not know, she is the singer of. She isn't actually the singer. That was Eric, the Italian vocalist. But no, she was on her Hydra Rising music video. Alexa, play Hydra Rising by Autistic AF. That might have done it for some of you, who knows. Hey Google, play on. I just sorry. Hydra. Hydra. Go this way. No. You should say hello. Say hi again. Hydra puppet. Hydra puppet. Okay. She's very big. She's bigger than she looks. I can't remember which ones of these have had water, so they can all have more water. They can all have a bit more. And then we know we've done them all. These are done, right? Do you know what? There's like hardly any water. We just need more water. They all need more water. They just need more water. It just don't feel damp enough. Okay. Oh my god. Stream Elements. Thank you for just subscribing and joining the Autistic Hats, Rogue of the Lamb. Welcome, by the way, but I thought it said Eileen Lamb. I was a little bit surprised. Mike, way more water in the container. You mean just like the tray? It's like tons of water in the tray. That I can do. That I can do. Yeah, that's fine. Hydra says water those seeds. I wonder if they like teas as well. Why isn't feeling moist after the first soaking is not enough water? Seeds are thirsty. Set the pot directly in water so the moist in the soil totally hydrate. Okay. Well, they need more then. They shall have more. More water. More water. More water. More water. More water for you. They are tsunami'd now. Okay? This set here is tsunami'd. It's very water. That's what it is. Oh, here's seeds. Okay. So this set, there's quite a lot of water in this tray. It's sloshing about. Then what I'm going to do is cover it over. Now these lids don't exactly fit tight, but you know, they're kind of cat-proofing. Hello. Let's move you into more of a lid-compatible shape. There we go. And that's kind of how they're going to live for a bit. There's, it's mostly sort of fits, but there's a bit of a gap on either end. There is a tiny bit of airflow, which I guess means that there might be condensation dripping off. But not much I can do about that right now. Mike would be Mike could be a low dexterity tabaxi. That's what Mike could be. All the water. There's water in the tray. There's water everywhere. Just water. Water world in there. Someone call Mel Gibson. There's water everywhere. Right, okay, cool. I'll actually put them neatly away before after party. Okay, I need to go and get more water. I clearly didn't bring enough water in the jug. Yeah, come on. Here we go. More water. More water will happen. Okay. Carelessly pouring water. All right. We good? We good. That'll do. Yeah. Defo towel. These are going to turn into monstrous daisies. I suppose you're going to have to stay subbed because you'll see them in like next spring, 2026. That's when you'll see them big. But I guess we can do daisy updates. I want to plant more now. This isn't enough. I want to plant more. Okay, so we're good. Look, this is what the trays look like. I'll leave them on the camera then. You can see them then. And I will put them them somewhere safe. Shortly. Let's do that. Well, this is what they look like. Dum 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 dum. Why am I singing that? I don't know. There you go. This is them. I will now turn this one off so that I can unplug it because it's taking up a lot of space. And we don't need it anymore. And then I'll make this one bigger and say hello, everybody. I don't know where I put my phone. Oh, there it is. This has got the chat on it. I adore the way tomato vines smell. Me too. I love the tomato viney smell. My favourite thing to plant is tomatoes. Yeah. I love tomatoes. I have planted a lot of tomatoes in the past. This is seed abuse. What do you mean? What do you mean? The water. They'll dry pretty fast, to be honest. I'll top it up a bit. I think it won't be long before they'll germinate. I think these seeds are going to be really, really happy. I think they're going to have a great time. And then when it comes to actually planting them out, they'll get planted out pots, which is just awesome, isn't it? Just put the whole pot in the ground, the whole thing. Trowel a little hole, drop them in. Does anyone else think that basil smells a bit? Basil smells like happy. A little bit. It does, basil. Have we demystified the crown thingy yet? What? No, I don't know what you mean, Yannicka. What crown thing? It's slightly confusing for me when people comment on my YouTube videos during a live stream, because for some reason, and I don't know why it is, but this is an interesting hack, I think, potential hack, which is that if you ever want a YouTuber to see your comments on a video, because there's a lot of them, like there can be, comment on a YouTube video while they're streaming, and they might well see it then. Just thought I'd let you know. Because that's what happens. I get notifications of all of the comments on my YouTube videos during a live stream, even though it's like not related, and it can be a comment on like, I don't know, my monotropism video or something, and it will pop through, and it's like, what's going on? Why am I seeing this like now? And YouTube must be like, oh, here you go, have everything just for a little while. It's bizarre. Crown in the chat. Oh, press top fans at the top. So, according to YouTube, you can turn it off, but it's on a per viewer basis, a user basis. So you turn it off for yourself, but you can't turn off the feature. Just ignore it. I think it's meant for people that have like, I don't know, either really massive live streams or really, really tiny ones. Because it doesn't sort of make much sense in this particular community, does it? Do you know what I mean? Doesn't really. But yeah, a comment from a video I made like months ago, or even like over a year ago. I'm occasionally getting like comments, you know, like a notification on my phone, like somebody's replied to a comment or something that I might have made in a video. It's that sort of that type of a notification on YouTube, the YouTube app. Well, I'm just on the live stream. I know that if you type a lot, you get one of the 3 top spaces, or if you super chat. It's kind of like a cheeky way to kind of get people to super chat. I don't see it myself. It looks like visual clutter to me. But I think it makes sense for like really like just starting out YouTubers, or YouTubers that are like really popular with massive live streams, where I can imagine having one of like the top little crowns next to your name it would just look kind of sweet. But kind of like having to pay for that, it doesn't sit comfortably with me that much. It's supposed to get the attention of the streamer. Yeah. Well, I can press, and I'm sure you guys can too. You can press top fans, and then it shows something that looks like this, right? You see it too, right? On your YouTube app, if you press it. So currently in pole position, we have Helen. Surprise, surprise. In second place, we have Toffle Dragon. Another surprise, I'm sure you'll all agree. And in third place, we have Nikki Bishop with quote unquote just, not really, 225 XP. Fourth place, we have Lissa. In fifth place, if I could award Lissa some extra XP for doing the gentle reminder thing, that'd be good. See, even this sort of thing. Great video, Mike. Glad you liked the Moomin meme. That's the sort of shit I'm talking about. Do you see it? Do you see it on my phone? It's like, sorry, yes, go to sleep quietly. Don't scream you back to sleep. What's going on, says Barbincy. Yeah, it's like really weird. It's like, do you see what I'm trying to say? It's like, it's a weird, yeah. Anyway, I think it's just, I think it's a bug, and I think it's a modern YouTube bug. I don't know how long it'll be around for, probably a few weeks. But I think it's a weird kind of hack. And now I know this information. If I wanted to, I don't know, get the attention of a streamer or say something, like, what I would probably do is wait till the live streaming and you can leave a comment on one of the videos. Which is like totally weird, but yeah. For some reason, it is bizarre, but yeah, it is, right? I don't even know what video you commented on. I could have pressed the notification and then it would have taken me to it, but I don't want to do that because I want to see the chat. I'm not just browsing YouTube on my phone. I'm just like, it was fun to try, meaning to comment on your latest video. Oh, thank you. I want to know how the algorithm works now. Phil, you never will. Like, they'll tell you nothing. I remember writing to Google. I wrote them a letter in 2000. And I remember asking them, hey, how does the algorithm work? I'm studying computer science. Can I talk about it? Blah, blah, blah. Is there anything you can share with me for inclusion in a project? Blah, blah. And they were like, no, we can't, but we will send you a mug. I never got my Google mug. They never sent me my mug. Daddy Longlegs. Do you guys get Daddy Longlegs? I guess you probably don't necessarily. Depends where you are. Yes, I guarantee if you decide to super chat, which I wouldn't put you off doing, but I would also say this: if you do spend money on this channel, the best way to do it is actually joining my Patreon, because then you get, I think, a lot more value in return. You don't really get any value for super chatting. I mean, you do, kind of. It is kind of fun. And it does help support the channel. It literally does. It helps me pay the bills to make, But it doesn't do anything other than, like, make some noise and then read out your message and that sort of thing. Which is kind of fun, but also, meh. It's much better if you're not already to join the Patreon. And then you can connect your Discord account and you can join the after party and, like... That feels equitable to me, whereas it doesn't, whereas super chats don't. Mike, that made no sense at all. Oh, you must be talking about something else, because I think I made perfect sense. Oh, the mug thing. Yeah. That's true. That didn't make any sense at all. With you now. Yeah. I wasn't trying to take anything as a rude thing, by the way. I'm just like, I know the timelines can be a bit iffy sometimes. I also deliberately slowed down the latency. The chat and the stream latency is like slightly longer. I think it's like 2 seconds or something. Just to reduce buffering. Because I knew it might be an issue on this stream. I usually have it set like super fast. No mug, I got my Tea and Tails mug. Amazing, Marcy. Amazing. We get the long-legged creepy spider. But flying, Red Gent, is it fly? It's like a long-legged creepy spider but flies, but it's not like, it's not dangerous in any way. It's just a flying. Daddy Longlegs is too long, I just call them legs. Yannick, I'll steal the Tiger Tier songs before. That was super sweet of you. You've supported me so much. Got the 80th anniversary Moomin mug. Amazing. It needs to be a Moomin Autistic Cat crossover. I'm not sure it would be officially licensed though. If I turn on the VPN and get out of language that... Larry! Larry, why are you like this? Larry, everybody. No, Larry. You know that fuck you thing that cats do sometimes? Sways. Yep, okay. Where are you going? Please don't run across the keyboard again. Thank you. Larry, everybody. Larry! Larry is telling me that he hasn't been fed, but he has been fed. Maybe he needs to be fed more. I will feed him more in a moment. If it's a bug, it'll be a neat feature to toggle for streamers. How's Karen? Yeah, Karen's great. Karen's great. So the reason you don't see her that often on stream is that she's like with Nina all the time. So I think Nina's watching... I'm not sure what she's watching. Nina's watching TV, but I'm not sure what she's watching. It's possibly the Alien series, the new Alien series. We watched the first episode together. I need to go to bed during the second episode, so I need to watch that on my own. So she could be watching a bit of the second episode or something similar. But anyway, Karen's with her. So that's why you're not going to see Karen, because she's not going to be interested in coming to say hi. Larry! I'm going to have to go feed them. I could bring Karen out during the after party, maybe. This is where Larry hangs out. Yeah. So Larry hangs out here. Quite a lot, yeah. We just hear clang, clang, click, clack, thud behind the curtain. Did you hear the cat flap? Because Larry back. Larry's a really cool cat. He's like a dog in a way, and he follows us around. You can literally go for a walk, and Larry... Yeah, I'm looking at you, Larry. I'm going to have to go feed them. Larry will get progressively more and more and more demanding, right? So this is the start of the passive aggressiveness. And it will just ramp up. He's not an aggressive cat, but he's like really demanding. So he'll start howling in a minute. You'll hear him howling in a minute. He'll be like... Meow! And he'll start climbing me. He'll climb. And we'll sit on my shoulders or sit on my head. Meow! Yeah, Nicky bitch. Yeah. You know what you speak the language of his people. I'll tell you the camera really goes. Meow! Camera's tethered. R2 have decided they don't want kitten food or wet food anymore. They only want kitten cat biscuit. Yeah. So, ours have a real strong penchant for what I call Kitbit biscuits, which is the it's Purina's, but it's a pink bag. You can buy it in Tesco's, and they all flipping love that. They love it like maybe even more than Dreamies. I don't know. Like it's right up there. And the kittens, who aren't really kittens anymore, really like that stuff. Hypothyroid. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, Larry is not hypothyroid, but Bruce might be. So Bruce might turn out to be hypothyroid. Early days though. Other than that, they're all pretty healthy, touch wood, right now, but it kind of comes and goes in phases. So right now, obviously, we've got Hydra and her kittens who are kind of on the early side, the young side, and then we've got quite a cohort of older cats, but they're not old cats. They're kind of old/middle-aged, upper end of middle-aged cats. Julian is probably the eldest, although it's not possible to know his actual age. Vet records said he was 4, so when I adopted him, the vets thought he was 4, but they had no idea. That would make him about 14, 15 now. That feels too old for Julian. I think he wasn't 4. I think he was maybe 2. So maybe 12. So maybe Bruce is probably about the same. Bruce might even be older, but we don't know. So But I think Julian is probably the oldest. On paper, Julian is the oldest. Thrive, Maine Coon. Yeah. But those Purina ones are like dreamies. Meowling. Right. I think I need a sandwich rather than Huel, which is a bit of a tradition. I tend to make a sandwich in the after party after we sort of get going. I tend to make a sandwich. It's become a thing. You guys understand this. I feel like you guys understand it quite well. Right, so we'll do that then. So thank you very much for turning up to the live stream. Before you consider your next stop on this wonderful platform we know as YouTube, and you look at, I wonder what my other YouTuber, I was going to say my other favourite YouTuber, that would imply I'm your favourite YouTuber, which is bizarre to me, if that were even the case. But like, you know, you go, I wonder what my favourite YouTuber's doing. I wonder what's going on over there. And then you go to scroll off. But before you do, please do hear me out, because this video, I was going to say the channel doesn't have a sponsor, but it kind of does. The channel kind of does have a sponsor. The channel does kind of have a sponsor, and but it's not like it's not like a sponsor sponsor. They sponsored a video. It's a collaboration. The sex talk video was a collaboration with us. Speaking of which, after the payment comes through, we need to pay it over to charity, all of it, every single penny, every single cent. So we need to revisit nominating a charity. I will chase everyone up on this, probably, and then we'll pay it over, and I'll show all of the paperwork so you get to see it. Yeah, that'd be cool, right? But yeah, the channel basically doesn't have a sponsor. I'm not beholden to anyone. I make content for you guys, and I know quite a few of you support me every month, and I feel that I need to provide content for you as well. And this is don't worry, this is not a problem. This is a very good thing. It's amazing. Actually, I'm blown away. Every day I think, holy shit. Yeah, if you're not already, do consider having a look on my Patreon. It is literally how the channel is funded, because God knows, YouTube doesn't pay a huge amount of money, not to autistic YouTubers anyway. Maybe it does to finance YouTubers, but not to autistic ones. So yeah, thank you so much. If you have a look at my Patreon, you will see there's some cool things that you might enjoy. There are videos that are behind the scenes, there are mind maps, there are notes from my videos. There is the Discord community, there's tons of stuff. Also, I just want to let you know, because a few people have asked me, I think people are worried about cancelling and stuff. No. Never feel bad about cancelling. If you need to cancel, cancel. It's really please, I understand. I have to cancel things too sometimes. It's fine, you can. I don't get notified. You can upgrade, downgrade, you can do as you please. I love how Patreon just does all of that, and you can just go, I'll change that to that, I'll change that to that, whatever. You can chop and change or not. You can also get a year's subscription to any of the tiers for a 5% discount. Yeah, there you go. That's the shop. That kind of is how everything exists now, and how you guys fund it. Also, watching the videos, leaving comments, hitting like, it all really, really helps. And one day, I'll probably not feel weird saying this out loud, but it does feel kind of strange saying it out loud, because I've not been doing YouTube that long, really. And some of you guys have been here from the very beginning, or from really early days. And it's an absolute pleasure. And it's been a pleasure getting to know everyone, and we really have only just gotten started. I feel like 2025 has hit me like a train, in a few directions, with the hospital thing and my mum thing, even the RFK and Trump thing, just all of these just things, and it's shit. Because the excitement of the first year being on YouTube, it's I had plans to and it's shit. I haven't been able to do certain things because of certain things. So yeah. This is how it is. You can gift people memberships. You absolutely can. You can buy a gift membership. You can press gift a membership on Patreon, and then I haven't done this yet, but you can purchase a membership, and then you can enter the email of someone to gift it to. When you enter the email, that's the email that people then have to log into Patreon with, and then they'll see the gift on there. So you can't like email it to yourself and then email it on to somebody else. You have to put the email address of the recipient in on the Patreon. That's the only caveat. But yeah, you can totally give people memberships. I want to appreciate the risks you've taken. Yeah, I appreciate you supporting me and also for saying that. And it's worth pointing out that right now it's like a not sleeping at night kind of thing sometimes, occasionally. Not because of just all the transitions and things, but just the riskiness. Like, hey, I mean, software development, it's not like I can hand my notice in, or like when I earn enough money on YouTube I can then swap. Like YouTube, like the whole thing, I earn maybe a fraction of what I earned in software engineering. So it's like, holy shit, it's a big change. But it's not. This isn't me begging or complaining. I genuinely feel like there's some amazing value here. Like, holy crap. But it's just scary too. And I also feel that by being open about some of the process and explaining how it is and how it feels, I think it might help others as well. Partly because I do have some content coming as well. Larry! Well, that's Larry, everybody. On employment. And he's going to have to be fed because he's just going to start to stroke this. If he's not fed. Thank you, Larry. Excellent. You're an amazing rescue cat. Like, the point is, Larry. No, don't cheat cats. He's very well loved. Obviously. Oh my goodness me. Larry is, he's got a lot of lore around him. He's got a lot of history, Larry, and it's worth probably pointing out at some point. He's like, I feel like Larry needs to live like in the middle of a city where like there's just shit going on all the time, and he can just it's just like he's like got to be into everything all the time, and he's intensely demanding, and he goes on adventures and comes back with wounds. He's had so many injuries as Larry. You know, yeah. He's just like, go to the vets. Is it Larry? Yep. Larry's he's got more antibiotics in his blood than blood in his veins. Larry has seasonal allergies. Larry has all kinds of stuff. Larry needs baths, but Larry hates being bathed, so Larry is a pain in the asshole. How do I describe Larry? Larry's a bit ADHD. No, Larry is ADHD patient 0. In fact, Larry's just H. Larry is just H. HD. Hyperactive disorder, I think is fair to describe Larry. He's incredibly loving as well. The other thing is Larry likes to sit on things. So Larry will find something to sit on, and that will be it. Sometimes he will sit on the kettle. He will sit on the coffee machine. He'll sit on anything at all. Box of cereal, he'll sit on the very top of it. He'll sit on it. He just sits on things. If there is a thing, he will sit on it. Which is awful. It's just nuts. It's just Larry. He is cute. Yeah, he's cute. Yeah. If you name the cat Larry, you're gonna get cat has character. I think there is. I don't know. Like, yeah. Yeah, he was named Larry before the character developed. So yes, maybe the spirit of some quintessential Larry is kind of resident in Larry. He's a ghost of a cat. I think we need a Larry Law video. You can stick it on Patreon, I think. I watched a hilarious cats being dicks video a while ago. Larry reminds me to look it up again. Yeah, Larry will sit on top of this, and then when he's finished with it, he'll jump off and then push the whole thing on the floor. That's what Larry is, a free spirit. Larry is a D-head. Yes, Nikki. Yes, Larry is. Yes, thanks for coming, Larry. Yeah, Larry's my spirit animal. I'm not clumsy meant to do that. Yeah. He's kind of a bit clumsy. YouTube guys, YouTube pays my wife to let the commercials run all the way for anyone who doesn't have premium. Yeah, this is true. It does. I want do skip if you know I skip ads. I'm not going to tell anyone not to, but like, yeah, it does if you let them run more. But it all helps. You're just watching the video, even just being part in any way. Like if you guys didn't watch the videos, then the channel wouldn't exist. That's like the number one thing. That's the most important thing that you could do to help me out. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I love watching your vids, so glad. I'm reading back in the chat, by the way, if anyone's confused as to time scales and timelines. And yes, we are doing after party, but I'm just reading back in the chat. Blame Larry for that. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for everything you do. And I thank you, Helly, and thanks for being here. Thanks for checking back in. I was getting a bit worried about, like, where's Helly? Where is Helly? Where's she gone? And it's amazing, wonderful community. No, thank you. As for the community building stuff, you're all amazing people. Like just amazing people. Yeah, I'm going to be making a channel lore video because I need to tell people how amazing everyone is. I can see Larry's back. And he's looking at things. There's a Coke bottle on the side. And he's looking at knocking it over. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. Yeah. Larry claims things with his butt. That was hidden, which is weird, and I've pressed show. That's a weird one. Yes. You need another mind map for channel lore. Yeah, we need to do what's the word? Like a wiki or something. Like the channel lore is getting a little bit serious now. There's a lot of stuff there. And I don't want it to feel intimidating for people because there's quite a lot of channel lore that I don't want people to feel intimidated that you sort of wade into sort of like a group that has lots of its own sayings and lots of its own kind of language and culture, which I know can feel intimidating because when everything was new. And now things are, yeah, not so new. I want to see a live action mind map. Okay. Yeah, we can do a live action mind map for something. I can show you this. This is not related, but it kind of is. The ABA mind map, and believe it or not, there is a mind map for ABA. My ABA video. It's wild. it's pretty wild. It's huge, is what I'm trying to say. It's massive. That is worth pouring through at some point. If you want to learn about ABA, by the way, if you actually want ABA training yourself, you could look through my mind map and actually pretty much do the training through the mind map. Like, that is pretty wild. It'll be on. It's not been made for the purposes of sharing, so I probably need to go through it and make sure there's nothing super incriminating or whatever. But as a mild kind of consequence / risk management, it will be behind paywall. It will be behind there on Patreon for Patreon members. But yeah, there'll be a mind map, and it will be like, I don't know, 100 megabytes or something. Love how you can pop into the lobby and catch up pretty quickly. Not a hive mind. Yeah, it's a sweet place. We've got a new channel called Channel Law and start a new entry with a word or phrase that someone might say. Yeah, crowdsource it. How many branches end with trauma? I've had to restructure it quite a few times because to start with, it was very trauma based, and then it became very psychological based, as in like, here is the science and here is the psychology. The science is dubious, by the way, guys. The science is wild. Like the scientific literature makes it's really bad. It's some of it, most of it. Behaviorism is wild. It's really wild. Oh, night Yannicka, night Wendy. Some of the channel law does involve blood. It does involve the pumpkin blood ritual. I'm scrolling. Did you find learning ABA therapy has made you less skeptical about it in any way? Yeah. Yes, sort of. I suppose 90% of what I've been learning is all about like the reasons why and the conducting of behavioural assessments, baseline assessments, the various tools and frameworks used, why they're used, how to help with assessments, all that sort of bullshit. Lots of clinical kind of stuff. Much of that is mildly useful. I have deep dived into behaviorism and the history of behaviorism, which sounds boring, but trust me, it won't be boring. I'll make it not boring. It's wild though, like in a bad way. It's the definition of unhinged. If I said that behaviorism and ABA therapy, as in for autistic children, was developed by the same person as gay conversion therapy, who also did gay conversion therapy. The same thing. It's like, oh, on the one hand, you know, gay people are deficit. This is not my beliefs. Therefore, need to be fixed, and this is how we're going to do it. And all the stuff that happened from early gay conversion therapy, it's really bad. It's near enough one-to-one equivalent with early autism therapy, but it wasn't early. This is the shocking thing. It would have been better. It would have been better, arguably, to have been under Asperger's Vienna Clinic than it would have been to have been under anything involving Ivar Lovus. And these were contemporaries. It's terrifying. And heavily adopted in the US as well, in America. Very predominant. And of course, all of these views form the foundation for how autism and other developmental conditions have been looked at, like with poo-coloured glasses. You know, it's weird how culture is, you know, such a large part to play in all of this. Not even talking about the disability stuff, or even helping people with skills and daily living skills assistance, which forms part of ABA as well. ABA has kind of co-opted a lot of stuff now. Modern ABA has co-opted a lot of good things, but from other modalities. Do you know what I mean? They've kind of gone, yeah, Yeah, helping people to be more independent. That's a cool idea. Oh, I'd say we'll add that. We'll bring that in as a module from over there. Yeah. And speech and language therapy and assessing people for the use of alternative communication devices. That's a good idea. We'll have that as well. Yep. And they sort of fit that in next to all of the other stuff. And it's like, oh, we're changing, we're getting better. And it's like, well, no, just because, Hitler was a vegetarian. He loved dogs. Loved dogs. You know what I'm trying to say, right? And it's like, it's like glitter on a turd. But is it all bad? Well, no, but that's because you're doing stuff that isn't all bad. It's not like pure evil, etc. So yeah, that's that answer your question. Is ABA used in the UK? Yeah, it is. It is. But when I said, in fact, the same organisation, the BCAB looks at BACB. Yeah. What a weird acronym. There is an autism mom culture. I mean, holy crap, we have autism parent culture here, but it's not it's not the same league. It's not the same level, and that influences a lot of how people behave and are treated. Plus the fact that Brits are quite skeptical as well. So British culture is very. We're very cynical as a nation, culturally, and I think a lot of the stuff that would necessarily pass in the US or be trusted, perhaps, is less so here, and that is protective, I think. I'm not saying it's a good thing, and abusive parents are not usually evil 100% of the time either. Just saying, yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. It's like, most evil person in history, modern history, kind of liked his dog, and actually he was a bit of an animal rights campaigner, So I'm just saying. I know it's a bad example. I shouldn't have brought it up. Dog training. Oh yeah, I mean, another one is ABA is also like the Catholic Church in that it's having lots of schisms, and there are many ABAs now, so you can't point your finger at ABA anymore because there are many schools. One of them, in fact, is dog training for autistic people. One branch of ABA, the spin-off, if you will, is spin-offs always make me a bit suspicious because there's always a reason for the spin-off. Usually somebody doesn't like some policy or something, and it could be fair or it could not be. Usually people want to be, the big I am, I guess, or want to do their own big thing and, break away, earn more money, whatever, I don't know, be a bit more independent, whatever. Whatever the reasons are for religious schisms in the past, same thing happens today. And there is an ABA spin-off, and it is dog training for autistic kids with clickers and everything. So APA isn't like dog training for autistic kids, but there is a spin-off that is. It is. A clicker training with puzzle-shaped clickers. No, that's a whole other thing. That'd be another spin-off. So yeah. So when you guys are like, when I say, I'm spending a lot of time on this area and I'm trying to piece it all together, it's not going to get figured out by one man on the internet who is a YouTuber, a small YouTuber, and is making a video or whatever. It's just not. It's just not. But I'm going to try. I also know negative subject matter. I mean, depends on what you mean by negative, but I don't think it's going to be like fun TV or whatever. But I have to do it, and then it can be referred to. Speaking of which, if I were to actually add up the actual cost of the whole damn thing, the whole project so far, it's kind of eye-watering. It's eye-watering. But it's a passion project, so we never measure the cost we spend on passion projects, do we? We don't, no. How much have you spent on Moomins, for example? Other interests are also available. Okay, it is time to do the after party now. There's going to need to be a little break because I need to pack stuff away and make sure my computer doesn't get broken and stuff like that. I also need to feed Larry. Specifically Larry. They have been fed. They were fed before I started all this. Nina fed them, actually. So, yeah, I watched him eat. He's been fed. So he lies. Larry lies. Don't listen to Larry. Don't believe him. Yarn, yeah. Yeah, books, yeah. All the stuff. Don't. Well, these are happy things, right? But, like, you know, even if it's like a quite negative special project, you know, one that makes you swear a lot and you know, get angry about whatever. Same thing. They don't have to be happy special interests. They can be negative ones. Is ABA even the right term in cases where key ABA principles aren't used? You've got a good question there, and it's the same as like, what's the definition of autism? ASD community contains a panoply of human behaviour too, so there's always, you know, yeah, it's true. It is true. It is true, and it stings when autistic people use autism as an excuse for being caught out in some really bad behaviour or something. A la Neil Gaiman, a la Elon, etc, etc, etc. A la the guy from Great British Bake Off. It's usually sexual impropriety that is linked, and I wish it wasn't so. Sometimes defense lawyers will use it as well for their client. Don't get me started, but you did get me started. So there was a horrible incident in South Wales not long ago, and I hate that I was suspicious of the suspect for bringing a plushie into the courtroom. I hate that I'm suspicious of that. It's not the sort of way I want to think, but it makes me suspicious. It makes me suspicious that defense will point it out and go, oh, this person needs their comfort item. They had unalived children. They were practically a child themselves. They were the source of great national debate. And autism is brought up. And I hate that that is the case. I hate that there's a spotlight on autism insofar as it somehow might lessen the impact of the bad thing. Meg made a video on this. I'm sure she's going to touch on these things as well in time. But yeah, honestly, it's probably the only thing that really stings. But you're right, Granite. We have the whole panoply of human potential, but it's like I hate that I feel suspicious. I hate that I feel suspicious, because that is not, in my opinion, a virtue. But I think it is also partly true. There is a dark side to trusting people, but then there is no other sensible option. It will occasionally be exploited. There it is. The QAnon shaman, really? The QAnon shaman too? The QAnon shaman has definitely got something different going on. I don't know what it is, but the QAnon shaman has become a cultural legend for not being quite like everyone else, so there's something going on. I'm not quoting, I don't know. Right, I think that's it. Pretty close to everyone on the bus, excuse me, yeah. Why can't I do acronyms, Anne-Marie? For those of you who are Patreon supporters of mine, have a little look at the last mind map I posted, the PNG. Oh, I remember now. Shomala asked for the full raw copy. I can put that on Patreon, Discord when I remember. If you have a look there, I've got a whole load of other acronyms I was brainstorming. Some of them are really, really wild. They don't deserve to be on a YouTube video, but yeah. Anne-Marie, I figured it out, and I'm going and saying, for those that haven't seen the extra acronyms, they're on my last Patreon post. Yeah, it's a weird sort of hard and suspiciousness, but it's yeah, we can chat about it more later. Right, I need a sandwich and probably enough for tea for now. I'll probably get some squash or something, some orange juice. Thank you very much for turning up. This has been a very interesting final bonus hour, if you will, to the YouTube live stream. Hope everybody watching this on catch-up replay has a nice time. Remember to say something in the comments. I do mostly read the comments on the live streams. I do sometimes, yeah. YouTube treats live streams differently as a sort of like a poorer brother, I guess. I don't know if that's the right term to use. Poorer cousin, I don't know. Not the same. They don't treat it the same as a YouTube video, but it is a YouTube video. But they don't treat it like a YouTube video. So yeah, if you're here watching for the first time, hello, welcome. My name is Mike. I'm a late identified autistic adult. This bit should have been at the very beginning, but whatever. There will be an after party for Patreon members shortly. We'll pick a time. We'll be like quarter to the hour or something, 15 minutes, whatever. And I shall see many of you there, I guess. Thank you very much for turning up. Thank you very much for supporting me. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you very much for being here. Oh, one last thing. Sorry. Saves. What? This is my familiar. You want feeding too? Okay. I feed you as well. Okay, everyone gets fed. Everyone wins, right? Thank you very much for turning up. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you very much for joining in. It's been an absolute pleasure. I need no reminders, obviously, to feed the cats. Did you not see the meme Did you not see the meme from Monday's video about needing an alarm? The cats just you don't need an alarm for cats. Talk amongst yourselves. I don't know, maybe 11 PM is the best time for the after party. Well, it's 11 PM for me, it's different times for you guys, but like in 20 minutes. Just so I can stretch my legs and make my sandwich. But you don't, the cats are their alarm, like it's built in. It comes free, like they have their own, cats have executive functioning for very few things, but they are very persistent animals. And they have been very persistent animals for, you know, how long have we had quote-unquote domesticated cats? Pardelote! Hello! I don't even know what chance of it means, listen. Charlie's the other Charlies are also available. Yeah, I'm gonna make a sandwich. There's like a bread bun staring at me, and it's right next to Larry, and I don't want to. Okay, bye bye.